thank you for another beautiful day. I just thank you for protecting me, Father. How about you, Shai? Allow me to bring out the word once more. I thank you for watching over me. I thank you for just making me a stronger person, a stronger man, Father. How about you, Shai? I thank you for being with my spirit. I thank you for allowing, sending me dreams and visions, Father. How about you, Shai? In the name of Shai, to sustain me and to keep me on track. And I thank you for even seeing these times. I thank you for seeing Jacob's trouble. I thank you for seeing those of us rise up to the truth and allowing us to bring out the word in your name. Call on Yahweh Bashim, Yahushua, Bashim, Kakadash, in the name of Yahushua. Shalom, 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 hallelujah, shalom, hallelujah, shalom, amen. Welcome to another one of our, one of Yahweh Bashim, Yahushua's truth channels, and I would like to, you know what I'm saying, bring some up to dates to you guys, and let you guys know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We just had a red moon, a solar eclipse in Argentina, and we got freezing rain going down in Russia, and rain that's so cold to where it's freezing the ground, and people gotta ice skate to where they gotta go, and they can't use their cars as much, and it's a lot of wickedness that's going on in Russia because Russia plans on counter-striking America, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of things that's happening, and a lot of demonic forces that are at work for us to come down with this mandatory vaccine 19, you know what I'm saying? So you should already know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Buckle your seatbelts. I'm going to give you a complete up-to-date, you know what I'm saying, about what's happening, and contrary to what everybody's thinking, and the end of the world, you know what I'm saying, doctrine. We're going to bring it out real quick without further foremost ado, and we're going to get to it.
I've heard sort of climate change activists saying that it's Mother Nature keeping us in check and telling us that, yes, we can limit our air travel and we can limit our emissions if we only try to. We can do it for a virus and not climate change, etc., etc. I find it all terribly biblical and apocalyptic in a funny sort of way. Like Mother Nature is this deity that's sort of a vengeful God and wreaking vengeance on humankind, etc.
Now, Prince Harry, he suggested that COVID was Mother Nature's punishment as he launches his new Nature channel. Have a look at what he said.
It's been a universally tough year for everybody. Someone said to me right at the beginning of the pandemic, it's almost as though Mother Nature has sent us to our rooms for bad behaviour, to really take a moment and think about what we've done. It certainly reminded me, as it has probably reminded all of us, how interconnected we all are. Not just as people, but through nature. We take so much from her.
Let's put him aside right now. Back to things that are a little bit more important.
I got that on video. What was that? That's a big gun.
Yeah, the boom heard round West New York. Good evening, everyone. I'm Christy Casciano.
That humongous boom rattling the region.
Did you hear it? That mysterious boom heard for miles. Calls were coming in from all across central New York about the noise. It shook windows. It rattled our pets.
Oh, I hope I got that. I saw a comet. Holy cow, I think that was like a shooting star.
He heard an explosion that shook the house.
They're from Maryland, Michigan, Ohio, and Canada, and they also heard that boom.
On Wednesday, and Friday, I'm not alone. Scientists say a meteor broke apart somewhere over Syracuse, New York around noon, and the resulting explosion could be seen, heard, and even felt in 5 states, including Maryland. People in some areas could see a fireball. Others describe the sound as being similar to a clap of thunder.
A brightly burning meteor has been caught on camera in Japan. The fireball can be seen through the clouds for a few seconds before it exploded, lighting up the night sky. A similarly bright shooting star was seen in the sky above Tokyo earlier this year.
Indonesia's Mount Elef has erupted, sending 4 kilometers of smoke and ash into the sky.
Salakia, because we got to get like more edification. So I have to bring out, another channel prior to this, called on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and the name Yahushua, and be back with another up to date. You know what I'm saying? I have to fix my channel real quick, and I have to get rid of some more videos. videos because certain videos cannot be posted. You know what I'm saying? And they allow what they want to allow. You know, Evil E think he got the narrative, but we can continue on.
This comes 8 years after the volcano in the island of La Marca last erupted in 2012.
On Bata Island in Indonesia's southernmost province, this is Mount Ili Lewotolo. Thousands usually live on the slopes of the volcano, accustomed to its quiet rumbling close to their homes. But days ago, a large eruption triggered panic among the local population. Ash shot more than 4 kilometers into the sky. Indonesia sits on what's known as the Ring of Fire, which makes it vulnerable to frequent seismic activity. It has 147 volcanoes, and several have been highly active this month. 12 volcanoes across different islands are now on the second highest alert level.
As we go to air tonight, bushfires are bearing down on Kingfisher Bay Resort on Fraser Island. The hotel is closed, with guests ordered to get out while they still can.
Fraser is now a fortress. Unless you're a resident, you can't go over.
Weather records fell over the last 24 hours as Sydney sweltered through its hottest November night ever. Paramedics were stretched to full capacity, receiving more calls for help than the average Australia Day or New Year's Eve.
But predominantly it's part of most parts of New South Wales. Fires are continuing to rage across the state.
Yeah, Rob, just on that, I guess there's a sense that this fire season can't be anywhere near as bad as the last one. There's nothing left to burn, but that's not the case, is it?
No, clearly not. Those grasslands, which make up a huge part of the state, weren't even there for the last few years. So.
Heat waves are not unusual in Australia at this time of year, but with late November temperatures setting records.
Now to that explosive new wildfire in Southern California, it's being fueled by ferocious winds, including a gust of 95 miles.
It's already been a record-breaking wildfire season in California, and now fire crews are dealing with at least 3 new out-of-control wildfires.
Powerful winds pushing the flames in all directions, scorching an area larger than 3,000 football fields overnight.
This has already been one of the worst years for wildfires in California's history. More than 4 million acres have burned statewide this year alone.
Fires are...
Well, they can't really say that because, you know, you got the devil, which is Evil E. He been exposed on a high level, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand that these fires just don't cause themselves. And then, actually, hindsight, Shalak, I take that back. Yahawa Bashim Yahushai and the name Yahushai is causing some of the wildfires. But on the other side, you got Evil E that's actually forwarding it and making it worse. You know what I'm saying? Burning down the oldest forests in history. You know what I'm saying? And then they tell you that they're not burning nothing down. And they tell you that the things are catching on fire themselves. When you actually have firefighters, as you see, they call it fighting fire with fire. So while other things are burning, they burn everything else to try and quench the fire. That is the fucking stupidest shit that I've ever heard. And it exposes the white man on another higher level, you know what I'm saying, as the devil and as Esau, Edom, aka Satan, you know what I'm saying, because Satan is here on earth. Satan is not some fallen angel that's fighting against Yahawa, and he's not a wicked son that will fight against Yahawa. Why would Lucifer, you know what I'm saying, or Satan, you know what I'm saying, as they will call him in heaven, the angel, why would he fight against Yahawa Bashim Yahushai when Yahawa Bashim Yahushai and the name Yahushai already gave him power, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, none of the angels are going against God. They all fear Yahawa Bashim Yahushai and the name Yahushai. If you read the book of Job, that confirms that, you know. So, we in Revelation. And we in Revelation right now, and I'm going to read some of Revelation, and we can start at chapter 5. You know what I'm saying? Chapter 5. Verse 1, it says, "And I saw in the right hand of him who sat on the throne a scroll written inside, and on the back sealed with 7 seals. Then I saw a strong angel proclaim with a loud voice, Who is worthy to open the scroll and to loose its seals? And no one in heaven or on the earth or under the earth was able to open the scroll or to look at it." You know what I'm saying? So I wept much because no one was found worthy to open and read the scroll or to look at it. But one of the elders said to me, "Do not weep. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has prevailed to open the scroll and to loose the seal." So Yahushua died and covered his blood over Israel, and he had the power through him dying and sacrificing himself in Greece during that time when when the white man crucified him, because color is all in the Bible. How you going to say that the white man didn't crucify him when his ancient descendants and his ancestors are the Greece themselves, Rome themselves? You know what I'm saying? And they try to tell you that that everybody is a part of the Christ, and the Christ died for everybody. No, it says, for Yahweh so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. He's talking about Israel because they were the world before the world began. You know what I'm saying? And it made perfect sense because before the white man even came, the Negroes, Mexicans, and the Indians were here before it all began, before Israel was here, before the white man even came onto the scene. You know what I'm saying? And Israel was here during the times of the Egyptians. You know what I'm saying? And the Egyptians was going at it with Israel. You know what I'm saying? During that time before the white man even came onto the scene. You know what I'm saying? So he's talking about the world before the world. You know what I'm saying? And then prior to that, during the flood, you know what I'm saying, through the children of Adam, I do believe, you know what I'm saying, all the way on down, you know what I'm saying, they don't call them the children of Israel at the first, but you know what I'm saying, they call them the children of Adam. And before the children of Adam was at the beginning of the book of Genesis, when Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, and the name Yahushua refers to God as the powers, you know what I'm saying, the Alahayim, you know what I'm saying, and that's Yahushua and the 12 tribes, which aka the 144,000 and the 1/3 and the 2/3 when they are good, and they built the universe and reality and the cosmos and the worlds and the world as we know it. So you know what I'm saying? It goes backwards. You know what I'm saying? Backwards. And it wasn't no white man way back then. You know what I'm saying? Skip the chapter of Egypt fighting against Israel. We can go way back to the beginning where it refers to God in Greek, and no, in Hebrew it means Alahayim, which is the powers that be. You know what I'm saying? And Yahweh Shai was the chief, which is the Christ, the salvation. You know what I'm saying? Who everybody ignorantly called Jesus Christ. That is the Messiah, and the Messiah had the 1/3, no, the 144,000, the 1/3 and 2/3, and they were all a part of the same, all a part of creation. They were all the leading with Yahweh Shem Shai, the Almighty, the great Ali Shai, the Father. The Father will tell you, I didn't get up and create none of this. My Son did all of this. I created the light, and I separated the light from the darkness. Simple, easy. You know what I'm saying? So people are really getting creation wrong, and people are really getting things wrong on who is responsible and who deserves the blessing. And my point is that we're all not a part of Yahweh Shem Shai. And the name of Yahweh Shai's blessing, everybody is not a part of God's blessing. Everybody was not blessed. The only people that were blessed were the 12 tribes of Israel, were the Negroes, Mexicans, and the Indians, the 12 tribes. They are the legendary natives of the world, and they created the world today as we know it. You know what I'm saying? And we went into slavery and created the white man's world, is what is today as we know it. And we're in our captivity. And Yahweh Shem Shai, and the name of Yahweh Shai is a Negro himself, and his son is a Negro, and he's coming back to save his children. It tells you at the end, I do believe in the chapters of Peter, that Yahweh Shai was hung just like every other slave, just like every other black person. And he was pierced in his heart by the Greeks to make sure that he was dead. And then Yahweh Shem Shai, and the name of Yahweh Shai, cried from on high for Yahweh Shai. And it was a great earthquake during that same hour, and it damn near split the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to read this and discern and put color into the Bible. In the book of Acts, it tells you that the prophets were niggers. And it tells you that in the book of Isaiah, in the book of Jeremiah, and it tells you that in the book of Ezekiel, tells you that the people were a people of bronze color, which is brown, light brown. You know what I'm saying? We not just pitch black. You know what I'm saying? The people were of a bronze color, and burnished bronze. You know what I'm saying? So he's talking about black people. You know what I'm saying? He is. Because you get tired of people sitting up there lying and blabbing out their mouth, and when they read the Bible themselves, they try to twist it and conform it to their liking, to their comfortability, rather than telling it straight up how it is. Because it tells you that people were being hanged in the book of Job, hanging to and fro. You know what I'm saying? They was given secret codes to the brothers and sisters that would understand and see and know through the power of Apostle Hart and GMS Millstone. And much honors to them, double honors to them. So it says, and double honors to Elijah, which is Alba Bibbins, who walked this earth, which is John himself, who spread the truth. And after he died, it crossed out the four corners of the earth, and it woke the one west up, but they didn't have the truth. The GMS, that's where the Spirit of God is resting at, GMS. So it says, in chapter 5, verse 6, and it says, and I looked, and behold, in the midst of the throne and of the four living creatures, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb, as though it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of Yahawa, sent out to all the earth. Then he came and took out the scroll out of the right hand of him who sat on the throne. And that's Yahawa Shai. You know what I'm saying? It's just a figurative speech of him. I'm deep in the scriptures, but if you ask Apostle Tahar and them, they can break it down, the 7 horns and the 7 eyes. But I do think that represents Israel too. You know what I'm saying? Because 7 and 12, that's Israel. You know, those are divine numbers. So then he came and took the scroll out of the right hand of him who sat on the throne. Now when he had taken the scroll, the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, each having a harp and golden bowls full of incense, which are the prayers of the saints. And they sang a new song, saying, you are worthy to take the scroll, and the seal is open, for you are slain, and have redeemed us to Yahweh by your blood. And the 24 elders is they departed the 12 tribes of Israel too, because they died in the truth. You know what I'm saying? So they departed the 12 tribes of Israel as well. So it says, and it's opened its seals, for you were slain, and have redeemed us to Yahweh by your blood, out of every tribe and every tongue and every people and nation, and have made us kings and priests to Yahweh Shem Shai our God, and we shall reign on the earth. See? And we shall reign on the earth. So through Yahweh Shem Shai, in the name of Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai having the power to get those seals and break them seals, you know what I'm saying? Break them seals, you know what I'm saying? It gave him the power to give them the power to rule on earth. So when Yahweh Shem Shai, in the name of Yahweh Shai, his son Messiah returns, he's going to take the world from the white man, and he's going to give pieces to the world, to the children of Israel. That's beautiful, because we've never ruled, we've never had a chance to be, we've never had a chance to exist. It was always somebody in the way, and it was the white man and his children, and then he had the wicked of the world that was in the way. There's so many people begging to God without even knowing his name, and God is just blessing them, but it's all for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So it says, and I wouldn't want to be these people that was blessed by Yahweh Shai, in the name of Yahweh Shai, and not know his name, and on top of that, and I'm always first, and on top of that, you don't have the knowledge because he's blessing you so he can destroy you. So it says, then I looked, and I heard the voice of many angels around the throne, the living creatures and the elders, and the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000, and thousands of thousands, saying with a loud voice, worthy is the Lamb who was slain, because he died, whatever you want to call it, the cross, or he got lynched. But it does tell you I think in the book of Peter, and in the book of I think in the book of Paul. Let me see. No, I think it was in the book of Peter. It does tell you that somewhere in there that he was hanged. It was a hanging. It wasn't him dying on the cross, but either way you call it, it was still a lynching, like the prophets say. You know what I'm saying? You can try to flip it any way you want to, but at the end of the Bible, it does say that he was hanged, he was killed. You know what I'm saying? That's what I saw in my Bible. If I can find the passage, but you know what I'm saying? I'll get to that another time. But if you do read the Bible, you probably would have seen it too. Instead of allowing the wicked pulpit preachers that teach you the Bible, you should be reading the Bible yourself. You know what I'm saying? Hallelujah to that. You got to read the Bible and see for yourself. And it'll tell you exactly. And it puts color into it, even though the Bible is a colorless book. That was the trick. You know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of idiots, and you got a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, that's reading the Bible the wrong way. And they should have read the Bible how Yahweh Shem the name of Shai told them to read it, because the children of Israel are the Negroes, Mexicans, and the Indians, and they were in Israel. How in the world is a white man in Israel at that degrees? It was no white people battling against the Egyptians in that degrees, and it's that hot. You understand how hot Egypt is? You understand how hot the desert is, man? Ain't no white people ain't no white people should be even dwelling there. That's why they be dying and they be getting sick and they be starving because they not supposed to be down there. They try to pretend to be people that they're not. You know what I'm saying? And the people that they're trying to be is the children of Israel. When we got moved, why do you think Egypt ain't even working no more? Because if the children of Israel were there in Egypt, Egypt would still be working. Egypt would still be pumping. There would be more pyramids around the world than ever, but it's not. Because God took them out of there and brought them to the land of captivity. No, brought them out of the land of captivity, Slakia, to the land flowing with milk and honey, into the wilderness. And that's when Egypt stopped working. God destroyed Egypt eventually. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, God destroyed Egypt right then and there. And when the children of Israel left, Egypt fell pretty much because that was their money. That was their livelihood. The slaves was making the money. The slaves was making them trade. You know what I'm saying? And Israelites are good at building. They're great at creating things. You know what I'm saying? So there you have it. When you go to Egypt to this day, it's not even working no more. And the empire of Egypt also fell around the world when the Most High destroyed it. You don't have no more pyramids working anymore. You don't have no more slaves. You got pyramids all around the world. One of my favorite stories is the Mayan pyramids that connect to the Egyptian pyramids because the Mayans, the Mexicans, Issachar, and them was practicing unholy divination, and they was satanic, and they was practicing slavery. The same thing the Egyptians was practicing was they was practicing. That's why the Most High had sent Christopher Columbus to go and get those Negroes that was over there practicing in divination too, because they was practicing, they was mingling with the Hamites and they wasn't supposed to, and they was worshiping other gods and calling God by a whole nother name, and it wasn't His name. So God had sent the white man down to destroy them and take them and to put them in Egypt, to take them to the new Egypt with ships again to a land that was never inhabited, and that was the Americans. During the time they got down there, they even took over the the Mexicans and the Indians, which they considered themselves, the Mexicans considered themselves ancient Mayans. Stupid shit, you know what I'm saying? False gods that they was worshiping, and they knew better, you know what I'm saying? But over time, when you kill a generation, and you teach another generation wickedness, they grow up with that and they pass on, and the other generation dies. The former generation dies with them. And the former generation before that generation probably knew the truth, but they died, and they tried to cover it up and hide it, but it was too many damn artifacts and too much proof around to show the proof of Yahweh Bashim Shai and the name of Shai. So it's a lot of proof around the world that tells you who the children of Israel are, and it points straight to the Americas, because that's where the bulk of us is, even though we all around the world, because we got scattered all around the world through the transatlantic slave trade. You know what I'm saying? And people were like, that's not true. That, man, you better look at the racist acts that they used to do to these Negroes, man. You better look at the racist acts that they did to the Indians and to the Mexicans, man. Raided them, killed them, destroyed them, put them in slavery, harmed them, and then they still want to talk about Jesus is for everybody. Man, and that's not even his name, thank goodness, man, because it ain't going to be named after no Greek god. Because if you make the J silent, it's Jesus, hail Zeus. Jesus is a satanic idol that transfigured from Zeus himself. They try to mix their Greek gods with the Hebrew, you know what I'm saying, God, Yahweh Shem Shai, and the name Yahweh Shai, which is the only God, and which is the Almighty Himself, you know what I'm saying, and the true name of God. Because if it was, then it would be a letter J in the alphabets of Hebrew, and it's not. You know what I'm saying?
Also raging in Australia, crews are working to put out brush fires burning on Fraser Island. It's the world's largest sand island. Local media reporting the fire has spread to over 197,000 acres of land. That's more than half the size of the island.
Special BBC broadcast, Antonio Guterres also said that there is no vaccine for the planet.
2020 has been a year of dramatic weather extremes. To put it simply, the state of the planet is broken. Dear friends, humanity is waging war on nature. This is suicidal. Nature always strikes back.
The UN's annual climate report read like a list of natural disasters. Record hurricanes in the Atlantic and Central America. Record wildfires and record temperatures. California alone saw the biggest fires in its history this summer, and and the hottest air temperature on the planet in a century, if not ever. And this year has seen higher temperatures the world over, on land, sea, and especially the Arctic.
Biodiversity is collapsing, deserts are spreading, oceans are choking with plastic waste, and apocalyptic fires and floods, cyclones and hurricanes are the new norm.
I love how they try to blame it on so-called nature when that is the power of Yahawa Shem Yahshai and Name Yahshai, and you know and the devil, the white man, is over there because you peep that plastic waste, because the white man don't know what else to do with his trash but to bury it into the deepest parts of the earth. I've literally went to these trash dumpster sites, man, and they literally take the trash and bury it in a big ass hole, and then they cover the big ass hole up, create other potholes filled with trash, man, garbage, man. Just white men don't even know what to do with all of that trash, and he's responsible for all of it. And he's throwing trash into the ocean. You go up, NASA and them are releasing trash into the atmosphere within the cosmos, so there's trash in the outer space parts that's catching onto the ring of the Earth, because the Earth does have the asteroid belt ring, but it's not that big, but it's like a nice little thin line of rocks, you know what I'm saying, that can be seen, that can be visible, you know what I'm saying. I've studied this in class, and there's trash within that part, you know what I'm saying. There's trash within it, garbage, boo-boo shit, you know what I'm saying, dispository food, garbage, you know what I'm saying, and they don't even want to go out there and clean it up. They don't even care, man. And the Most High does tell you in the Bible, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, name Yahshai, does tell you that the earth is his footstool. And who's responsible for all this? These white people, man. They try to make themselves diverse. Or I'm Russian, or I'm German, you know what I'm saying, or I'm Japanese, you know what I'm saying, I'm Chinese, you know what I'm saying, Indonesian, you know, or I'm African. They really the fucking white niggas think they African too, man. Oh, I'm Israeli, you know what I'm saying? Oh, get the fuck out of here. And then it finally comes up to America, you know what I'm saying? I am American, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like all of these forms and all these nationalities that they try to take, they are all white, okay? So they try to play hot potato with their sins. I didn't do it, he did it. I didn't do it, he did it. I didn't do it, he did it. You know what I'm saying? And they try to blame it on each other or one another, or they try to blame, or let's skip the hot potato game. They try to blame it on nature and try to blame it on. Man, how dumb could a white man get, man? It's getting retarded, man. And it tells you in the Bible that all of these natural disasters and all the terraforming of the earth will be because of the coming of the Most High Son, the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? Yahawa Shai. Because it ain't no letter J in the Hebrew alphabet, okay? I'm going to keep saying that because you got to go study. You got to go know. Stop hiding in the dark. Stop letting these poor pimp coronavirus churches fucking enslave your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what they doing. They brainwashing your ass. They even brainwashing you to actually see if you're going to take the vaccine 19, man. And some of you will, man. Some of y'all will, man. Then y'all go back to the real prophets who are which of us, the real men of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshai and Name Yahshai, those of us that the Spirit is settling on, you know what I'm saying? And y'all go to us for help and to watch our recordings because we were right and they were wrong, man. And a lot of brothers and sisters don't like hearing that, you know what I'm saying? But it's the damn truth, man. What else are you gonna listen to? You gonna continue to listen to lies and darkness? You're a fucking idiot, man. And I don't care what you think. Even if some of my videos are just me talking, that you should be talking. No, you should be listening because you got the power of visualization and you listen. You know what I'm saying? And I have little small mini movies to show y'all every now and then. But at the end of the day, it's just me preaching and me bringing out the word solely. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of them be like, oh, that's boring. He's just talking. He's just talking shit and this and that. No, I'm bringing out the word as a whole, as its beauty and its perfection. You know what I'm saying? Giving you everything that you need to know. And giving you the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from Yahweh Shem Yahshai and Name Yahshai above, man. For real, man. Stop playing. Time is running out, and you will want to listen when all of this bad stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? And it says, and we in chapter 5 of Revelation, verse 11, it says, then I looked and I heard a voice of many angels around the throne, the living creatures and the elders, and the number of them was 10,000 times 10,000, and the thousands of thousands, saying with a loud voice, "Worthy is the Lamb who was slain." Hallelujah. Worthy is the Lamb who was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and blessing. And every creature which is in heaven and on the earth and under the sea, and such as are in the sea, and all that were in them, I heard saying, "Blessing and honor and glory and power to him who sits on the throne and to the Lamb forever and ever." That's right, because Yahweh Shai gained the victory. When he died, he gained the victory, okay? And he's going to come back as an angelic power, like it says in the Bible. "I will not meet thee as a man." You know what I'm saying? He's not going to fight the white man fair. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to come down as a small human, no, a small man and fight the devil. You know what I'm saying? No, he's going to come back as a gigantic angelic power, because Yahweh Shemel Shai, the name of Shai, the Almighty himself, is a gigantic, and he is the power to the maximum. We can't even confirm the power level of the Almighty, and we can't even confirm the power level of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You know what I'm saying? We just know the power, you know what I'm saying, that Yahweh Shemel Shai demonstrates. You know what I'm saying? Like the raining in Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I'm saying? Like what he did to Egypt with the plagues. You know what I'm saying? In the final plague of death. You know what I'm saying? How he gave King David all his power. You know what I'm saying? And he overthrew the kingdom of the Hamites and slayed them and slaughtered them and killed them because they were wicked. You know what I'm saying? The story of Ezekiel, how Ezekiel was seeing all the chariots, and the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and Yahweh Shai was exalting his power. He was showing them the size of the angels and how they have four heads. You go to the book of Isaiah, you know what I'm saying? And it shows you the disasters and everything that's going to take place with the famine, sword, and pestilence, how the earth is going to quake and the rage of the Most High against his people if they don't come back, and how he's going to destroy the wicked prophets and the wicked pastors, and he's going to get rid of the white man, and he's going to get rid of the tribes and the children of the white man. Well, not the tribes and the children, but the children of Satan, the white man, and how he got a whole hit list on all the nations that put us into captivity. Hallelujah. So it says, chapter 6, verse 1. Now I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard one of the four living creatures saying with a voice like thunder, "Come and see." And I looked, and behold, a white horse. He who had on it a bow and a crown given to him. And we can go to this because they do have a video on them. The story about the four horsemen. You know what I'm saying? Because we done with the disaster display. Of course, we know the earth is terraforming itself and it's being destroyed with chemtrails. It's being destroyed with the white man's chemtrails, his pollution. You know what I'm saying? Him destroying the burnings. You know what I'm saying? Putting nuclear waste inside of the ocean, moving the people out of this place, because we all know Jacob, which is the 12 tribes of Israel, we take care of the earth. If we was giving back our royalty and the white man went back into slavery, you know what I'm saying, all of this would not be happening. But the white man hardened, like the Lord did in the time of Egypt. They would not let us go. And Yahweh Shem Yahshua hardened the heart of Pharaoh. So the heart of the Pharaoh today is the white man, because he takes those slavery practices and he used it on the children of Israel during their time of slavery in America and around the world. Because when they shipped us to America, not only did they ship us to America, they shipped us all around the world, man. So you gotta understand how serious this is and how bad it is, and just what these white people did, man. And they changed. They didn't change over time. They just went and stole other religions and scattered about and scattered abroad across the whole earth, man. Across the whole earth. And people will tell you that it's not true, man. You look at them acts of what they've done, and you look at everything.